Hi everyone. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is about AI agents transforming industries. So in the last video, what we discussed is we discussed about what are AI agents, what kind of different AI agents we have, and then we briefly touched upon different basic applications of AI agents that we can adapt in today's world. In today's video, we're going to deep dive into these AI agents and their applications into specific core areas of industries. So we haven't picked up all the different industries, but we have picked, uh, I think, rather three industries in this video, and just showcasing the use cases related to those industries. But there are many more plethora of industries where we can adapt AI agents. So that's about today's video. We're gonna discuss that in detail as well, and I'm gonna explain that as well in detail as well. So let's get started. So yeah, so this is the agenda for today. We're gonna target about industries, which all industries we have, which is retail, e-commerce, finance, and SDLC. So first is retail e-commerce, and then we have finance industries, and then we have the SDLC industry, which is nothing but the software development lifecycle. So we're going to discuss about all these industries. So these are the audience for which this content is prepared. These are relevant architects, developers, programmers who are actually coming new into the AI field and related stuff as well. And then some business heads who wants to look into this content as well. Let's look into retail and finance. So in retail and finance, there can be different use cases available in the market. So first and the basic use case which comes to everybody's mind is the chatbot. Like you can talk to you can go to a website. There can be a chatbot. You can talk about your orders. You can talk about your past orders, or you wanna place a new order, or you wanna get some information on some product. So that chatbot can give you some answers. That is not entirely AI agent, I would say. That is just a chatbot who is actually trying to just answer your queries based on the data that it has. Now we can call that a RAG model because it has a data to based on which it can give you the answer. So we'll discuss about RAG also separately in another videos in detail as well. But what apart from, or what on top of RAG, additional functionality which AI agents can add, which will actually seamlessly uh, reduce our workload, and at the same time reduce our effort also, and help us in achieving the goal as well. So let's say I am a frequent buyer on the e-commerce platform or any of the platforms. It can be in related to e-commerce, it can be related to quick commerce also, where I'm trying to place an order for different grocery items or food items also. So let's say in that case, I'm trying to go to different platforms, uh, getting some recommendations, and sometimes the recommendations comes automatically to me as a notification and all those things. So the personalized recommendations are already there, I guess, in multiple applications, where once you go to the application, you can see the personalized recommendations on their homepage itself, and then you can have their notification also in your phone as well if you enable them. Now the next phase is that based on those recommendations, let's say if you have selected a shirt, so based on that it has some recommendations, so it can place an order also. So let's look at that in practical, not in the practical way, but let's look at that within a use case. So you as a user go into a store, then you say that then you browse through different catalog items, browse through catalog items, and then you basically see that list, but you don't have the uh, item which you are looking for. You didn't find that. So in that case, what will happen is the e-commerce store will actually gauge your interest, will gauge your preferences, and based on that it will actually curate the personalized recommendations for you. Now it will not actually only make recommendations, but it will actually also place an order for you. So automatically it will go and place an order, let's say placing an order. So it can be COD, it can be cash, or whatever it is. Sorry, COD, card, or whatever other mode of payment. So that mode of payment can be taken from your last few orders that you might have taken also. So this is one of the basic use case which can be there when you are browsing about or thinking about e-commerce applications actually. So where you are actually getting the data output also, and at the same time you are able to place an order also in the real time as well. So this is about personalized recommendations and creating an order also. Now, the next is chatbots and virtual assistants, which we have already talked about, I think, in the previous video also, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct, sorry. So, the chatbots can actually respond to you based on the queries that user will ask, which can be based on the website or on the data which user has browsed through. So, it is just a normal Q&A kind of thing. Now, based on those recommendations, it can take some actions also. So for example, if you say that if you're talking to a Q&A chatbot, and if you say that I want to upgrade my mobile number, so it will upgrade it automatically as well. You need not to go to find the settings and update the mobile number. And same thing goes on for other preferences also. Or let's say you can say that you place an order for me. So rather than automatically creating an order in the previous use case, it can create a order. So based on your recommendation or talking when you're talking to the chatbot as well. Okay. Now, the next use case is on demand forecasting. So, which is not actually for the end users. The first two use cases that we have talked about, the personalized recommendation and order creator, and the chatbots and the virtual assistants. So, this is for the end users, users like us who are using the e-commerce platforms for our day-to-day activities. But the demand forecasting is for the vendors who are actually running the e-commerce businesses or any of the businesses where they are selling something on the platform. So where they have a challenge like, yeah, they have an inventory, but that inventory gets sold out and they don't come to know on time, and they have to order that manually after that. So rather than manually looking into those records, so demand forecasting system can analyze your data and your future projection and can immediately place an order also. So that also is a possibility which can happen, or maybe it is happening in some cases or in some regions also. So this specific use cases which we are talking about is retail, not exactly finance, but it's more into retail and e-commerce only. Now next, coming to finance. Now in finance there is uh, mostly we have machine learning or kind of data which we have to play with, the data which is into numbers and which is stored into different systems, so we have to analyze the data. So that is the main crux of the finance systems. So in that, what we understand is the fraud detection in today's world, it's pretty high, no matter in which country you are living. So you, whether you are living in a developed nation or in a developing nation, so the fraud happening on the phone via the financial on the basis of financial illiteracy, so that is quite high. So that detection can be reduced if the AI agents can be employed. So I think in the part where I live, so usually what happens is the fraud which usually happen on the phones, so those are now happening on the WhatsApp kind of application also. So I think employing the AI agents on the WhatsApp as well, that will immediately help reducing those fraud detections also, because the AI agents can analyze the vast amount of data quickly as compared to the manual analyst who will take usually long time, as we understand. And they can have they can split, or they can I think ignore also in some cases. The manual analyst may ignore in some cases the values, but the agent may not I would say ignore the value, but rather it will actually analyze this quickly and take some action accordingly as well. So let's say on the WhatsApp, if you're transferring some amount to someone, so WhatsApp maybe in the future can employ an AI agent behind that payment gateway, or before going to payment gateway, that whether the person whom you are paying is a legal or not legal, but I would say authenticated customer or not. So based on that, these AI agents can be more employed in these areas as well. Then next is stock trading. So I think most of our audience might be interested in stock trading, or they might be doing it already. There are different platforms right now available which help you doing the real-time stock trading via help of algorithmics and all that. Now, let me take that with an example again. So let's say if you come to any stock trading platform, you say that you are you are analyzing the stock data, and you say that I need automation on the now if that platform provides the automation. Now how it can provide the automation? For example, uh, you want to place the order in US market, okay, or let's say you are in US but you want to place an order in Asian market, so which is actually in different time zones. And uh, uh, logically, if you see, if you are awake in US, the people in Asia will be sleeping, and the vice versa. So if you are investing in the other region market where the time zone is different, so then this platform can actually take an order based on your behalf and execute those orders also. Not only execute, but I think before executing the orders, it can analyze that market also at in that day, in that time zone, uh, can understand the market news, sentiments, and all that stuff, and then place an order. Okay, so let's say if I am in US, I want to invest in the China market. Now, while China market is on, I might be sleeping. So in that case, this platform can help me placing an order in the China market. Um, ch- uh, Placing an order in the China market, so that while placing an order, let's say I say that you place an order where the projection is quite high for next 1 year. Now, while placing an order, it will see your instructions that you have told you have to buy only those stocks or sell those stocks based on these preconditions. Okay, so you set these preconditions. Okay, so based on these condition 1, condition 2, and condition 3, so it will basically buy or sell the order. Okay, uh, not only these conditions, but it will look at the market of China as well. What kind of news is coming? What kind of projections are happening? Okay, so those kind of evaluations it will do, and then it will place an order. Sorry. So this is about the stock trading platforms. Sorry, sorry, very sorry. So this demand forecasting is, I think, copied here. So this is not related to the finance, but it was related to the retail section that we were discussing. Now, the last section which I have newly added is the SDLC. Sorry, my throat is a little bad today, so apologies for that. So SDLC. So SDLC, as we understand, for the software people, it's like software development lifecycle. So it is a process where we understand the business requirements from the customer, and go step by step and follow each step as a business process, and then deliver the value to the customer as a software which is developed for the customer use case. It can be software, it can be any other digital product like website or mobile application, or anything related on the different platforms also. So that entire process is known as SDLC. Now in that SDLC, I have taken only the development process. So I haven't taken the any other areas like the delivery, monitoring. I haven't taken those as of now, but there are a lot of use cases in those areas also. So the code agents, this is the first thing which I'm taking for this specific video. So we all know there are different coding agents available: GitHub Copilot, Cursor, and many more, I guess, which can help you in writing code and speeding up your coding. I would say time to market also. Now, the next phase would be the agent who can write the code on its own, rather than you writing the code with Copilot's help. Copilot or any other related tool will write code automatically for you. So you give the code base that this is the code base. We need this kind of API or a service or kind of thing. So now you give me the code written for this. So that is what that agent will automatically do for you. So this is what coding agents are gonna be doing. Now, with the advancement of OpenAI operator and then Anthropic Claude computer use tool, with this, what will happen is when you deploy the agent in your local, it will actually can browse through your local files also. It poses a security risk also in some cases, but we need to that is actually a broader topic, the governance and the security part. But this thing which is solving a basic use case of browsing through the computer and all that, so that is actually pretty interesting, and that opens up window for many other use cases also. Now, what all use cases windows does is open, like if you are writing automation test cases. So automation test cases, what does it do? It basically opens a browser, do some action, take some real world action the way a user does. So that is what also now the AI tools which are coming in the market, they are also capable of doing that. So I think the next use case which I haven't written here is the writing the automation test cases scenarios and executing them as well. This is another use case which I haven't written, but this can also be there. Then pull request review. So we all raise pull request whenever we are working on a software system to deploy the code, or before deploying the code, we want to get our code reviewed and then only get ready for the release. So that's where the AI agents can review the code written, which is written by its own or written by a developer, and then can review the pull request also, and can take some actions or correct those pull request comments also, and at the same time can reply to the different comments also on its own without any human intervention. So that is what, let's say if you raise a PR, let me go back to the browser. So let's say as a user you raise a PR, and automatically this tool can trigger and analyze and review your code and give comments if it is a manual work, or can optimize the code on its own. Let me correct this window to so that it's visible clearly. So as a developer, you raise a PR when you are done with your code changes. You raise a PR for any of the VCS tool, for example, GitHub, Bitbucket, or any of the tools which you are using. So whenever you raise a PR, it will automatically trigger a job. That job will actually check your code, analyze it from different standards based on the context of the current code base as well. And based on that, it will actually see that if there are some corrections required in the code or not. If there are some corrections required, and if after those corrections manual intervention has to be done, so then it can just give the comments, and the respective developer can work on it. If it has to be automated, then the respective AI agent who is actually reviewing it, it can delegate that work to the AI agent who actually can write the code also to optimize the code as well in the same PR. So it's like one AI agent is writing the code, other AI agent is reviewing the code which is already written. So ideally these are two separate agents, but these can be one also. So depending on the use case. So similar to this use case or the earlier use case which I told for coding agent or the SDLC or the automation use cases. So similar to this, there are plethora of use cases in different small verticals of the SDLC. If you look at like delivery, DevOps, and testing, and business requirements, product ownership, and all those things. So there we can use different set of AI agents and reduce our workload as well, and optimize our delivery going forward for the business. So I think the key objective for the business is the time to market is improved, like which product they were earlier able to ship in 1 year, now maybe they can ship in 6 months also if required. 6 months or maybe little more than that, but it depends on how they efficiently use their different kind of tools going forward in coming years. uh, so that's where when now this every organization is trying to adapt the same way, so which means the pace of delivering the software also will improve. So which means the company who is not delivering fast, they will be left behind as compared to their competitors. So that is what is AI and agents or anything what you want to call it is teaching us. If as a business you are not using AI, you are lagging behind your competitors in terms of delivering business value to your customers. Okay, that is what is the real essence and why everyone is going toward the AI and the AI agents and all those stuff. uh, we need to ultimately understand why it is important for the businesses. If the businesses will die, then the software will not be successful business as well. So that is what we have to understand as well. So this is what is about today's video. So in case you have any suggestions, comments for the content, or if you have any suggestions for the upcoming content, please drop in the comment. And if you like the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and share the video to your near and dear ones as well who are in the same field and want to learn about the same field as well, so that they can understand from these videos as well in detail. Yeah, that's all. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.